but a lot of people that are actually enjoying it and actively playing don't bother commenting because of the backlash they get when they do so. What? I don't think any game in the history ever has had higher F factor than Battlefield 2042. Every stream we just need to bite into a lemon to keep the language clean. The F word. Thinking of it, I know two more F words that I think sums it up in a more civil manner. Frustration. Fun. Yes, frustration and fun. It's like every time I open the game I struggle. Every kill demands tears and sweat, and every bug I encounter causes my teeth to grind. But in the end, I have fun. I see a lot of videos out there talking about all the problems in the game. I see a lot of tweets describing all the pain and suffering that players have to endure. And I think a lot of you don't see past that. The people that write or talk about it, they can't see past that either. But on the other side, there is a silver lining, because in the end, I truly believe Battlefield 2042 is fun. It's not like I'm blind to all the error, nor do I think the game was released in a production-worthy state. Frustration, but also a lot of fun. Last week, DICE released patch 0.2.0, or in common language, patch number 2. It addressed a whole lot of issues, and at least for me it introduced some new rather painful experience, like stuttering whenever a bolty fires a shot when on the same planet. However, the patch was mostly about balancing stuff. Hovercrafts became more fragile, ending the hover meta. Spread was reduced on assault rifles, making them no longer not entirely useless. Actually, even to the degree that some think that we are seeing an AK meta at the moment. The most important thing for me, however, is that they are viable, and it's okay that SMGs are better in close combat. That's why you have SMGs in the first place. Really, it is. Balancing wise, as long as we look at vehicles and weapons, heck, even including abilities, I think the game is in a fairly good state. Obviously, the bolt is still insane, and I think the future looks a bit more dim for it, but even now 2 recoilless is all you need to bring it down. So if the blues are helping out a little bit and not just flocking on an entirely useless roof when the point is on the floor, well, then we can just blow them up. Ever since the pre-release, I've seen players evolving, adapting to the game. I have changed the way I play myself, and that is of course key to having fun, but I also see how the general dude or dudette has changed how they play. The first week was a big mess. Big ostrich were everywhere and people were just dropping all over the place. 128 players just randomly scattered all over the map, all cursing the lack of performance and hit reg. In my clan, or well, the one I'm part of, I don't own it, we talked about how the gameplay has changed, how it made more sense to stay at an objective for most of the round, how the maps were too big to move around, and so forth. But as time goes, it really changes, and that's very much like the previous games. As could be expected, some areas and maps are harder than others, but also how people generally move is becoming more apparent. That also means that gradually flank paths are growing at the same time as players are becoming more aware of these. In general, the flow of the game is slowly improving just because players learn the game. I have seen some that just refuse Conquest because when they tried it, week 1 or even pre-release, it was a big mess. They haven't touched it ever since, and because in their minds the general concept of 2042 maps are just off. As I see other players learn to adapt, this mentally seems more and more like, I like the old, I don't want to change. In a way, I embrace the change. But if you don't, then just set up a server in Portal doing whatever you want. Likewise, I see a lot of people struggle with breakthrough. Fair enough, I still curse a lot, but I've seen the rooftop fall, and I've seen dozers standing with shield next to the zip lines. It is rough, it is frustrating, it is interesting. I don't hate it though. Should DICE move objectives away from the rooftops? I don't know. Kaleidoscope first sector is very bland to me. It is the perfect example of a skyscraper with no objective at the top, and it's just useless. It could have been a small hut, it wouldn't make any difference at all. So Like so many other things, I think it's about realizing what paths one can utilize to get to the roof, better than just using the same zipline knowing that there will be 2 doses at top just like last time. I've said it before, but DICE is really scrambling to fix things. I guess this video won't be out until after the release of patch 0.3.0, commonly known as patch number 3. This patch is said to fix more than 150 issues in gameplay, and in addition something like 150 quality of life thingies outside the gameplay. So all in all, I think that most software developers reckon that this will introduce something like 300 new bugs or so. It will further balance the game, make movement smoother, generally fix things. That means that DICE have been fixing things on weekly basis for near a month now, and honestly I don't know how long they can keep this up. To all tired developers and designers out there, know that it makes a difference. It removes a lot of frustration, which enables even more fun. But will it be enough? Is it too little too late? I'm honestly worried. I see so many players that already made up their mind, much like many did with Battlefield 5. But on the other hand, they managed to turn things around in Battlefield 4, and now many think that it's the best moment of Battlefield ever. All I know for sure is that so far DICE has been fairly reactive and changes has been made to generally improve the state of the game. I think it really is fun, but the amount of frustration does make me want to mix up my gameplay a little bit. I guess we'll have to see what hurts the most, aside from all the moments of frustration in the game, is to see a community that is so much in pain, but also has so little faith. Yet it's hard to say that they shouldn't, because, well, for starters, the price tag for 2042 is quite high. And I paid it about 6 months ago, so I know it was a bit of a gamble. I don't mind too much, but I see the issue that people have, and I actually see it more as an issue of the industry rather than just DICE messing up things again. Right now I'm struggling with what positives to bring to the table. I mean, as I said, I truly believe it's fun, but I can't like motivate it any further for those that think it's just some buggy piece of... I like having different abilities. I think they stay true to and near to future warfare. I like the new maps, or at least I like new maps, and I like new environments. I just wish there were more of them. And when it works, I like the general feeling of the game. But then again, I also liked Battlefield 5, or at least after they made a bunch of patches. I guess maybe I'm just an odd bird after all. You agree? No? Make sure to leave a comment below to let me know. If you like this video, give a thumbs up, it really helps. If you're new to the channel, why don't you subscribe to get more content like this? And my baby just woke up. Finally, if you think it's just a waste of time, throw in the thumbs now, and if you... why don't you let me know what was wrong in the comments below? As always, I appreciate your honesty. Cheers!
Reloading, watch my back! Allies attacking Alpha 2. Tango down! Grapple in place! They're attacking Alpha 1. Grapple fire! Threat neutralized! Reloading now! All objectives are under our control. The sector is ours. One down!
I'm not gonna last! Help! Somebody! Help!